Well, it's nice to see you all back here. I'm glad that we're able to do these things back in the Capitol again. I wanted to cover one thing that I don't think was on your radar screen last week, and that was an announcement by the Air Force that the main operating base for the first B-21 bombers is going to be at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. We're obviously very excited about that announcement. The B-21 is a next generation bomber. It's a stealth bomber and will be part of our nuclear triad well into the future. Obviously, that part of our capability is important if you look at the threats we face around the globe and places like the Indo-Pacific. There are only 3 countries that host strategic bombers: China, Russia, and the United States. And so we can't cede any ground when it comes to that capability, and to have that long-range strike as part of our arsenal. And we're delighted that South Dakota, and then of course Missouri and Texas also will ultimately be hosts for the B-21 bomber. It'll send a very strong message to our adversaries around the world that we mean business. And the disappointment, I guess, in all that is that's the good news. The bad news is that the Biden administration budget actually, when it comes to defense, increases defense by about 1%. At the same time, it's increasing non-defense discretionary spending by about 16%. And not the right message to send right now when we live in a very dangerous world where we have threats, it seems like, virtually every day popping up around the world. A lot of unrest out there. The United States needs to be able to project strength, and key to that is having a strong national security posture and a strong military. And the Biden administration sends all the wrong messages on that issue, as well as a lot of other issues with respect to their budget. And I would just say, to echo what the leader pointed out, that in light of all the things that we have going on today and the challenges that we face, and people around the country are worried about the threat China presents, I think they're worried about the rising costs associated with inflation, that next week the Senate Democrats are going to waste an entire week on S1, a bill that they know will not pass and represents the most radical, hostile takeover of state elections that we have ever seen. And when it comes to elections in this country, the Constitution provides that states have sovereignty there. That's the way it's always worked. And there isn't anything in this bill that I can't imagine the American people are going to want to see enacted in law, whether it's having taxpayers pay for federal elections, or whether it's politicizing the FEC, or whether it's codifying ballot harvesting or doing away with voter ID. This is a piece of legislation that needs to die, and die quickly. And it's regrettable that the Senate Democrats have decided to waste an entire week of the Senate's floor time when there are so many important issues that we ought to be dealing with something that they know is destined to fail.